Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero, and I'm here with JC Rodrigo from
What's
Nintendo
up?
Treehouse.
What's up, dog?
Reunited.
Here we go.
We're here.
And it feels so good.
Yes, in fact. So we are playing Metroid Prime Federation Force, and we're doing this commentary over a section that we played just for complete transparency for folks. So where are we, JC? What's going on right now?
Okay, so what's happening here is we're taking one of the missions on this planet called Talvania. And I know this for many people, this can be the first time that they're actually seeing Metroid Prime Federation Force, you know, like recently. And so maybe I'll just go into a bit of the story, kind of break people down what's going on.
What's up?
Okay, so so the story is, I mean, you are this elite member of the Federation Force. I mean, this is a 4-player co-op, you know, first-person shooter, right? So again, there's up to 4 players that can play, and really the story revolves around, you know, the whole like. Here, let me put it this way. Let me do like an epic read.
Okay.
All right.
Give me.
So, Samus Aran's solitary war on the space pirates terminated their phase-on experiments on Metroids. Remember that? But the galaxy is definitely not at peace. So as part of the Federation Force, your first mission is to survey the 3-planet Bermuda system. This one's Talvania. The Galactic Federation formed a special team codenamed Golem that specifically focuses on infiltration and close combat. Now, as a part of this elite task force, players hop into this mech designed after Samus's abilities to complete a variety of missions that gradually uncovers a new storyline in the battle against the space pirates.
Okay, so Samus's suit but bigger is the idea, because they are much taller.
It's based off of Samus's suit, so you can see here that, you know, we're firing, you know, like charge cannons and things like that. You can shoot normal stuff. You can hold down the A button and charge. You know. Yeah,
and we just decided to jump in with a squad of 4 people for folks. As you can see, we're going to go down to the bottom screen in a second after this cutscene, and you'll see that there are some sub-weapons there, right? And there are different loadouts folks can sort of equip and get ready for, and then you have modifications that will enhance those potentially. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So if you take a look at the bottom screen on the bottom right, you'll see that the X and Y button, you see like a repair capsule. What that is, before you go into any mission, you get to select out first your auxiliary ammo. Your auxiliary ammo can range anything from like those repair capsules, so later on you'll probably see me press the Y button.
And you're picking one up right now.
Yeah, player 3, just pick one up.
Yeah.
That's one you can find there. But you can actually select these, you know, before you go into the mission. And then what you do is you press the Y button to use them. Now the X button does shuffle through them, so even below that you have like it's hard to see right now, but there's a missile which you'll see me use later on, or see us use later on, and you can use that. There's super missiles, there's there are freeze shots and other things.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know, that essentially tailors your experience. So I mean, if you feel like you just want to be a healer, dude, I'll be like, hey, Jose, I got the repair capsules. What are you gonna get? And you know, you can go grab some missiles.
And I can enhance like my ice beam or something.
Yeah, and
that.
Yeah, and someone else. If you're doing ice beam, probably someone else should get missiles, because as you freeze them, someone else can fire the missile and do like twice as much damage.
Sweet.
So that's how the auxiliary ammo works. Now, as far as mods.
Okay.
So the way mods work is it further kind of moves the needle on how good you are at what you do. So for example, one mod would be like, you know, one of the repairs, you repair 20% more. One of them is your freeze damage lasts, you know, 25% longer or 50% longer. You know, they basically help you kind of maximize the auxiliary ammo that you pick by, you know, helping you do more damage, or, you know, enhancing the abilities or whatever you have.
Got it.
So it's all up to the player to decide how they want to attack and, you know, strategize their loadouts and work with each other.
And the mods you were explaining to me, you get sort of as a reward at the end of the mission. So you can find mods as a team throughout a stage that you're playing together, but then at the end, whoever is in first place, then second place, and then third place, they each get a turn to pick if there are any mods left. So if you only pick up one mod, player 1 is the only person walking out with
No,
it, right?
let's be the person that scores the highest.
Yes,
the person that scores the highest of the 4 will be able to get that mod.
Nice.
Now, otherwise, that is always good, because this thing is a co-op. You know, it's all about cooperation. So if you see more than one mod, heck yeah, you want to pick it up.
Yeah.
And these mods look like these chips with like a question mark. I think we're coming up on one pretty soon. You'll see it after we blast down this door.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be this whole.
Yeah, and then we have this little section here with all these lasers, and this is the 4 of us again running through. We had some folks from IGN play as well, and you know, you'll see here. So a lot of the encounters, from what I can tell, is just, you know, us exploring sort of as a unit, trying to figure out where we need to head. And in this particular case, we're headed towards a boss, correct? Or what would you call the last person at the end of this encounter exactly? It's sort of a boss fight.
It's kind of like a boss fight. It's really more like, you know, we're here because these really weird signals are being sent, and there's this weird energy, some kind of generator that's here that's creating this weird signal in this abandoned, you know, facility. And the thing is, it's not supposed to be active. but it is.
Okay.
So
and here we are.
and here's the core. So we're at the core, and we got to take this thing down. But it also has its own defense mechanism. And again, this thing shouldn't be on, but it is. So it's kind of the reason why we're here.
Okay.
And of course, there's these kind of dangerous gas things that you'll see, and these platforms raise and lower. What you're gonna have to do is, alternate between when do you shoot the core and when do you need to get out of there, because this gas will take over on the floor, and then just whole thing is just, you kind of want to get out of there, or else you're gonna eat it.
Okay, so at this point we decided to split up, and so I think 2 or 3 of us were basically firing on the sort of energy center itself, and then the rest were sort of dealing with ads. I see you splitting off over here to get boxes because you're trying to basically make sure you have healing items or you have sub weapons and whatnot. So that was a charge shot, for example, like the electric shot.
Yeah, that was. I think that was the shock shot.
Shock shot.
The shock beam or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what.
Yeah. But it will basically shock an enemy in its place, and as you see there,
Yes,
we just have to shoot in its openings. Correct.
Correct. You just have to kind of shoot the glowy spot. That's what it is. You know what? I should come to think about it. When you do see the ads that come in, you know what they mean, ads, the other extra enemies up here, they are mechanical in nature. So really, I should be using that shock and that electric thing to hit mechanical ones. Because that just does better.
And folks can see, like, we took a big chunk of this boss out really quickly, and that's probably because someone fired a super missile on it.
Absolutely.
Which is also another loadout option.
Yeah, it had to be a super missile. It had to be like a charge shot, or better yet, you know what also helps? When you and I were doing this before we did a little practice run, we started nailing this thing really, really well. And so we know how the boss operates. So.
Yeah, and it's just coordinating and jumping between teammates.
Like other teammates that really don't know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah, there may have been one gentleman in the room who will not be named who was not doing a fantastic job. And hopefully, we're not going to shame him publicly, but regardless, it happens with every team.
It happens. All right.
So, what are some other sort of, I guess I'm trying to say, so at E3 you showed a level where you were capturing like these snow monsters.
Yes, yes, that's right. Something like that.
Okay, I guess I want to ask, like, what other kinds of levels can folks expect, or like how much has the game changed, like, since E3? 'Cause we haven't really seen a lot of this since.
Yeah, so at E3, I mean, I can't reveal too much right now, but I will say what we did show at E3 was a couple of things. One of them, as you guys all saw in the, Nintendo World Championships, my little baby, we did a little bit of Blast Ball. So Blast Ball is included in here, and really that serves as a function to, kind of unwind and also share kind of for newer players that are not used to FPSs. It's a great tool to get them playing, to get them familiar with what's going on before they take one of these missions.
Got it.
Now the other thing that we showed at E3 was this thing about it almost looked like these kind of large ships, and we had to defend, and they were dropping off enemies, and we had to prevent this place from launching this giant missile. So you'll have a little bit of like defend this area or defend this this thing kind of mission. And another mission like here that we're showing here, we have to go in, infiltrate this thing, and then like blow it up, and then you'll see what happens afterwards. I won't spoil it. And the missions really sometimes they're objective based, sometimes they're sit and defend something, sometimes they're get in, get out, steal something, get something. Sometimes they're take down a boss, sometimes they're it just really depends. And we'll talk more about that in the future. But there's definitely a variation of play style as you go through the game. It's always fun, especially when you play more than one player. When you have 4 people,
that's right.
It's always different when I'm playing with other people.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, because every team sort of has a different dynamic, and for example, with ours again, sadly, Rich couldn't keep up, but we did end up.
Hey, I thought you said he who shall not be named.
Well, maybe
that was a
fake
fake name. That was let's just pretend that's a fake
that one
name.
Up. All right. And the boss is down, but we've taken him out, and at this point we have to jump and escape. So you guys have your escape sequence here.
Yeah,
like those don't happen in Metroid.
That never happens. Yeah. Why would you ever have an escape
there's
sequence?
No pressure.
No,
of course
not. At all.
But it's us running towards elevators to basically make our way out. Actually, no, go ahead. You were going to say.
I was just going to say, for people that that saw this at E3, the general thing is just like, man, like what is this? Is like a spin-off or something? Technically, no, it's not, dude. This happens in like the Metroid, you know, a Metroid Prime kind of timeline. It does exist, you know, like the story does have a lasting impact. You know, the things that happen in other games, you may see callouts, you may hear them here, like, whoa, this is connected. Although the form is different, you know, unlike Metroid Prime games where you have one giant world, you go back and retraverse through things, and as you get more power-ups, you get to explore the world more. It's a little bit different. The form is 4 players, but you're all co-op and doing things in the same universe. So it's a really interesting take on, you know, the Metroid universe and what people don't see, you know. But at the same time, this is going to be definitely one of a really interesting installment. I'm really enjoying it. I really hope that people, you know, get their hands on it and they're able to take a look at unexpected things like this happening, and the ceiling blows through, and all of a sudden we're getting attacked by space
pirates.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, totally. And this is a call out, obviously, to, you know, the way the Metroid Prime games have unfolded. These characters are recurring villains in them, but
yeah, they're kind of jerks.
What do you guys? Yeah, they are kind of jerks. But are you guys saying anything about like Samus showing up in the adventure? Is that a possibility, or is that something you're still trying to keep a secret for now?
I will keep her actual role in this whole thing a secret, but I will say that she does appear in the game. She's there. Some of the things that she does outside of here may impact your decisions and the missions that you go on.
Okay.
So, you know, she does exist in the game.
Got it.
I won't spoil it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, because I think for a lot of folks that's kind of a reassuring thing. And thanks a lot for bringing this by. This was a great time. And for everything Metroid Prime Federation Force, you're already in the right place at IGN.